Hello everyone. Today I've put together a set of reworded practice questions focused on cables and connectors. These questions are designed to help you better understand real CompTIA A+ scenarios and reinforce what we've learned so far. And this is Thomas, he'll be today's speaker. Let's jump right into the questions and test your knowledge.
A technician needs to connect an external hard drive using a cable that carries both SATA and USB signals. The options are SATA, USB, eSATA, and eSATA-P. The correct answer is eSATA-P because it's the only connector that supports both SATA data and USB functionality in a single port. Which statement best reflects how DVI cables are used today? The options are: they only handle analog signals, they aren't widely updated anymore but still work with older hardware, they carry audio and video, or they support modern displays. The correct answer is that DVI isn't widely updated anymore, but still works well with older monitors and video cards because DVI is considered a legacy connector but remains functional on older systems. What is the main benefit of a 4-pin motherboard fan connector? The options are: precise speed control through PWM, forcing a fixed speed, only working with 4-pin fans, or supplying extra voltage. The correct answer is precise speed control using PWM because the fourth pin allows the motherboard to adjust fan speed automatically. You're troubleshooting an older PC using DVI and the monitor sometimes shows no signal. The options are: lower the resolution, replace the DVI cable, switch to VGA, or try a different DVI type. The correct answer is replace the DVI cable because failing DVI cables are a common cause of intermittent connectivity issues. A laptop needs to connect to a large LED TV with HD video and audio. The choices are S/PDIF, DVI, VGA, or HDMI. The correct answer is HDMI because it carries both high-definition video and audio in one cable. You need to configure a legacy switch using a serial console port, but your laptop has no serial port. The choices are HDMI to serial, USB to serial, VGA to serial, or Ethernet. The correct answer is USB to serial because it properly converts modern USB to RS-232 serial for console access. What is a major advantage of Apple's Lightning connector? The options are: it plugs in either direction, it's faster than USB-C, it only works one way, or it supports wireless charging. The correct answer is that it plugs in either direction because Lightning was designed as a reversible connector. Which statement describes SATA technology correctly? The options are: SATA ports provide power and data in one plug, SATA supports multiple devices per cable, SATA allows speeds up to 600 megabytes per second, or later SATA revisions exceed 600 megabytes per second. The correct answer is SATA allows speeds up to 600 megabytes per second because SATA 3 maxes out around that limit. Which connector belongs to the PC case and plugs into motherboard header pins? The choices are 8-pin EPS12V, power switch, SATA power, or 24-pin ATX. The correct answer is power switch because it's one of the front panel connectors that attach to small header pins. What is a key difference between VGA and DVI? The options are: VGA is digital and DVI is for CRTs. DVI supports digital and analog while VGA is analog only. DVI carries audio, or both are modern and actively updated. The correct answer is that DVI supports digital and analog signals, while VGA is analog only because VGA uses analog signaling and DVI was designed to bridge analog and digital displays. Which connector is commonly used to attach a monitor to a PC's back panel? The choices are USB 3.0, 3.5mm audio, optical drive, or HDMI. The correct answer is HDMI because it is the standard video output on modern PCs and monitors. When installing a new hard drive, what should you check first? The options are cable reach, BIOS detection, power cable connection, or SATA data cable connection. The correct answer is cable reach because you must ensure the power and data cables can physically reach the drive location before installation. Which interface is most commonly used for internal hard drives in desktop PCs? The choices are PATA, USB, FireWire, SCSI, or SATA. The correct answer is SATA because it is the current standard for internal hard drives and SSDs. A motherboard has 4 SATA ports. How many SATA devices can you attach? The choices are 16, 8, 4, or 32. The correct answer is 4 because each SATA port supports exactly one device. When installing a SATA hard drive, which motherboard connector should you use? The options are 50-pin, 80-pin, 40-pin, or 7-pin SATA. The correct answer is the 7-pin SATA connector because SATA data cables always use a 7-pin interface. What should you do during computer disassembly to ensure header cables go back correctly? The options are follow wire labels, record orientation and placement, match by color, or ignore orientation because they only fit one way. The correct answer is record orientation and placement because many small connectors can be attached incorrectly unless their exact position is documented. An employee needs a 1920 by 1080 display, but both the monitor and the PC only support VGA. The answer choices are use a VGA to HDMI adapter, use DVI instead of VGA, replace the monitor with HDMI, or use a good quality VGA cable that can support 1080p resolution. The correct answer is to use a good quality VGA cable because VGA can handle 1080p if the cable is high quality. A user wants to charge an older iPhone, but they're not sure which connector plugs directly into the phone. Here are the options: USB-C, Lightning, micro USB, or mini USB. The correct answer is Lightning because older iPhones used Apple's Lightning port for charging and data. A new iPhone 14 owner wants an extra charging cable for their home office. Which connector goes into the phone? USB, Lightning, LCD, or serial? The iPhone 14 still uses Apple's proprietary connector. The correct answer is Lightning. When connecting a USB printer, the connector that plugs into the printer is almost square with slightly angled top corners. What's it called? Your options are USB Type A, USB Type B, USB Mini B, or USB Micro B. The correct connector for most printers is USB Type B. A technician needs a connector that supports up to 480 megabits per second, shared across all devices on that controller. Which USB version is that? USB 1.1, USB 2.0, USB 3.0, or USB-C? .480 megabits per second belongs to USB 2.0. A computer is connected to a monitor with a cable that's usually blue and has 15 pins in 3 rows. What type of connector is this? Is it eSATA, Molex, VGA, or DVI? This classic analog connector is VGA. A laptop won't mirror to a wall-mounted display. The HDMI cable runs across the floor and has clearly been stepped on many times. What's the most likely fix? Turn the laptop on? Replace the PSU? Reseat the cable? Or use a new HDMI cable? Since the cable is physically damaged, the fix is to use a new HDMI cable. A technician needs cabling for 10 gigabit Ethernet inside a busy data center. Which cable type should they choose? Coaxial, UTP, STP, or direct burial? To reduce interference and support 10G speeds, the correct choice is STP, shielded twisted pair. Which Ethernet standards run over copper twisted pair cabling? Choose all that apply. 1000 base, T, 1000 base, LX, 10 base, T, or 100 base, T. The ones that run over copper are 1000 base, T, 10 base, T, and 100 base, T. 1000 base, LX is fiber. A building is being wired, and the technician needs cabling that can safely run through air handling spaces above ceilings. Which option do they choose? Straight tip, fiber, plenum rated, or LC connector? The correct answer is plenum-rated cable. An older motherboard uses a 20-pin main power connector. Which connectors can you use? 24-pin, 8-pin and 4-pin, 20-pin, or 4-pin X5? The correct choices are 24-pin, which is backward compatible, and 20-pin.